Hey everybody, welcome to today's live event. We're a live morning going from surviving to thriving in 365 days while dealing with PTSD. Today is a very important topic. Today I'm wanting to talk to you about practicing mindfulness and grounding techniques. Now, what are mindfulness and grounding techniques? So essentially what they are there are techniques that bring you back into your present moment. There are techniques that are going to show you that whatever you're thinking about with your past and wherever you're going in your future, when you bring it back to the now, this is where your life's going to shift. This is when your life is going to be able to be created. Because you have no control over what happened, the past. You have no control over what's going to come, the future. The only thing we really truly have control over is this moment right now. How we're feeling, what we're doing. So I wanted to give you a bunch of little exercises that you can do to bring yourself back into the moment. Maybe you're having a trigger. Maybe you're worrying about something that in the future that hasn't yet to come. Maybe you're having flashbacks, nightmares, all these different things. If you can be in full control of your body, if you can be in full control of your mind, you're going to be able to live a more essential life on your terms. So first one I want to give you is deep breathing. So I encourage you to take slow, deep breaths, inhale for the count of 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Now when doing this, it's going to allow your body to regulate that nervous system and reduce those feelings of anxiety. And that's one way that you can do it. So if you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling nervous, anything like that, practice deep breathing. Another one is a body scan. Right? This is through a body scan meditation. It's just sit there and really go, okay, how am I feeling in my head? How am I feeling in my ears? How am I feeling in my eyes? How am I feeling in my shoulders, my hands, my toes? Like all the way from your head to your toe, do a full body scan. Bring yourself back in the moment. Third one would be grounding techniques. And this is probably one of my favorite exercises to do, is basically you ground yourself. So such as, some people hold a pen in their hand. I don't have one on me. And feel the texture of it. Feel how it rolls in your fingers. Another thing that I love to do is go to a soccer field, because I'm a huge soccer player, go to a field and just take my shoes off and feel the grass between my toes. And bringing myself back in the moment. How it feels, the texture, the coldness of it, and all that kind of stuff. Another one would be, if you're in the moment, do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, which is what are 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So when you're doing this, again, you're paying attention to what's going on around you. You're paying attention to just grounding yourself and being in the moment and trying to bring your reality back to now, because your thoughts are overpowering you and they're bringing you into the past or they're bringing you into the future. So you really have to bring yourself back into the now. Another one could be is mindful walking. So pay close attention to how it feels to walk, how your legs feel, how your arms swing while you're walking, and really bring yourself into the moment of doing that. There's also mindful apps that you can get, and this helps bring you back in the moment. You can say, okay, look, if I'm feeling this, and this is one big thing that you must do, my friends, is to have a pre-decided moment, meaning if you're someone who's susceptible to triggers, if you're someone who's susceptible to worrying about the future, pre-decide, when I feel this, I'm going to do this. So that when the moment comes, you're like panicking, and instead of panicking, you can actually have you pre-decided what you're going to do. And this is where a trigger journal comes so important, because you can see, okay, when I go to this place, I get triggered, but I've pre-decided that when I get triggered, I'm going to practice my breathing exercises, or I'm going to practice the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. Whatever it is for you, when you can create that, you start taking back control of your life, and you begin to build your life from surviving to thriving with PTSD, and PTSD no longer takes control over you. PTSD no longer has the power to take over your life. And I want to stress this, my friends. Practice all of these things regularly. Because as they always say, practice makes perfect. And when you're in a triggered situation, you're having maybe a panic attack, an anxiety attack, you're having flashbacks, maybe you wake up in the night sweating because you've had a nightmare. If you've practiced these techniques, You can have something beside you in bed, like maybe a stuffed toy or a watch or something that you can just really close your eyes and just begin to feel. So practice this. Pre-decide what you're going to do when the triggers happen, and have a journal accessible so that you can go back and see how it's been going. So that's it for today. As always, I just do a 5 minutes in the morning. Remember, I'm on the same page as you guys. I want you to live a fulfilled life. I want you to start thriving with your PTSD and not just surviving with it. And as always, remember, I love you all, and there's nothing you can do about it. What was that?